Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Scott Sports 101. I'm Scott Trella. We're going to talk about the last week's AFC and NFC championship games because Super Bowl 60 is set. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the Browns, talk about the Cavs. We got a big win tonight. And we'll do some Guardians if we have time. And we'll get to all that. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. And it is an NFL trivia question. Who has the most receiving yards in a career? I'll have the answer later in the podcast. Well, the Browns coaching search is over. This may come as a shock. Browns have hired former Browns offensive coordinator and former Ravens offensive coordinator Todd Monken as their new head coach. Monken will have a chance to come back and do things his way this time around. Monken, who ran the offense here in 2019 under Freddie Kitchens, but didn't call plays, has been hired as the Browns' 19th full-time head coach, replacing Kevin Stefanski, who was fired after this season. Monken was hired on the 24th day of the search and chosen ahead of the other two finalists, Jim Schwartz, who's under contract through 2026, and Rams pass coordinator Nate Shellhouse, 35. Coming off of 3 successful years guiding Lamar Jackson and the Ravens' explosive offense, Monken, who turns 60 next Thursday, will have a chance to rejuvenate the Browns' dominant unit, one that finished last and second to last in points scored the past 2 years, and transform it into a playoff caliber offense. He'll also try to keep Schwartz, but he'll first have to smooth some ruffled feathers after being passed over for the job. Schwartz, a favorite for the role among defensive players such as Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward, angrily told some Browns staffers that he has no plans to stick around, according to NFL Network. He'll also have a chance to replace offensive coordinator Tommy Rees, who joined Stefanski in that capacity in Atlanta, and special teams coordinator Ray Bubba Ventrone, who's likely to headed to the Rams. But the Browns are confident that Monken, with decades of experience on the offensive side of the ball, is the right man for the job. We are very excited to name Todd Monken the next head coach of the Cleveland Browns. Browns owners D and Jimmy Haslam said in a statement, Todd is highly intelligent and his experienced, innovative offensive mindset has been at the forefront constructing productive and successful offenses in the NFL and collegiate level over the last 20 years. He's an outstanding leader and has a clear vision to lead our team as a strong communicator who values trust with his players, but also accountably and perception and preparation. Excuse me. In our communities, in our committees, excuse me, exhaustive reference work on Todd, his commitment to a player and to player development, excuse me, was evident, and his tough and straightforward coaching is respected by the players and the coaches he's worked with, putting our team in a position to succeed while developing our players to maximize their talents. We welcome Todd and Terry and the rest of the Monken family back to the Browns and look forward to him establishing the winning culture that will lead our team to the success of our fans. Deserve. And my buddy Keith in Lakewood, is going to be on the phone with me, joining me on the phone right about now. And Keith, how are you, buddy? I was just talking about how the Browns have hired Todd Monken as their new head coach. And I know the Cavs got a big win tonight over the Lakers. So, what are your thoughts on that? Hello, Keith. I'm podcasting right now. But what are your thoughts on that? And I know you're going to give me an update on the Cavs' big win tonight. But I know this was kind of a shock to the NFL in general. Yeah. Yes, he did. Yeah, and yeah, I've heard that too. Yeah, who was kind of livid and got, I think, a little bit of an argument after finding out that they'd hired Munkin. Yeah, that's the big question. And Munkin, he's going to have to is going to be rebuilding that offensive line and hiring a new offensive coordinator with Tom Reese having joined Stefanski, and Schilhaas is, I think, going to be headed to. I think the Rams. The Rams, I believe, he's going to be headed some. Yeah, he's going to be at the Rams, and yeah, and Ray Bubba Ventrone, I meant to say, would be headed to the Rams because I know that he's going to let Ray Bubba Ventrone go. He's going to probably get the action. He's going to probably be headed to the Rams. So they'll be hiring. He'll be hiring a new special teams coach. Yeah, I agree with that. Yes, he was, and he very much was. Yes, 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 he will. I do believe. And I do believe he will be the Browns kicker next season. And I think now they can really focus on this. I think, and down the road, get ready for the draft and the combine and all that. And so we'll see what happens. But they need to really focus on that offense in the draft. I really feel they need to do that. And I know the Cavs got a big win tonight at home over the LeBron and the Lakers tonight. Yes, big one for him tonight. Yeah, you're right. That is his worst performance. I was flip flopping with stuff I was watching, and yeah, he didn't look too good. And I do believe that Donovan Mitchell led the way tonight. Yes, yes, yes. And they are in fifth place in the Eastern Conference. And I believe Donovan Mitchell led the way scoring wise for the Cavs tonight. Yes. Yes, they will. Yes, he did. Yeah, he did have a good night. You're right. And and yeah. So they really needed this win tonight. And with we're coming down the home stretch to the NBA All Star game, so they really needed this win. And they need to keep it up, like to keep playing like the way they're playing right now. No. Hmm. True. That's very true. Yes, they are. Yes, I agree with that. All right, talk to you later, Keith. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Talk to you later. And that was my buddy Keith Norman. You heard him. Cavs with a big win, won 5 out of their last 7, and and they get a big West Coast road trip coming up. And but yes, Todd Monken named the new head coach of the Cleveland Browns. And right now it is time to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. And it is an NFL trivia question. Who has the most receiving yards in a career? If you said the great Jerry Rice, you are correct. Jerry Rice holds the record for the most receiving yards in a career with 22,895 yards. I'll have another trivia question on my next podcast, so stay tuned for that. Right now, I want to quickly get to the AFC and NFC championship games, and because Super Bowl 60 is now set, and uh, and that will be 1 week from this coming Sunday on February 8th. In San Francisco, Santa Clara, California. First in the AFC Championship game, the New England Patriots beat the Denver Broncos 10-7 at Empire Field at Mile High. And I took Denver and lost. My brother-in-law did not do picks, so I'm only doing myself. But I took Denver and I lost on that one. Uh, and Drake May, I handled the sloppy snow conditions better than any home team, and he scored New England's only touchdown on a 6-yard keeper, propelling the Patriots to their 12th Super Bowl with a 10-7 win over the Denver Broncos in the AFC Championship game this past Sunday. I know Tom Brady is a happy man, the former New York Patriot. May threw for just 86 yards, but ran for 65 and iced the win with a 7-yard keeper on 3rd and 5 in the on the winding minutes to send the Patriots to a 17-3 to 17, who are now 17-3 to the Super Bowl in Mike Vrabel's first year as head coach. The Patriots will play the Seattle Seahawks. I'll get to that one in a minute. Who beat the Los Angeles Rams in the NFC Championship game on February 8th in Santa Clara, California, at Levi Stadium. And I am just proud of this team, said the 23-year-old May, who's the second youngest starting quarterback to reach the Super Bowl and behind only Miami's Dan Marino. Don't have many words, just thankful for this team. Love each and every one of them. It took everybody. So, and Christian Gonzalez intercepted Jared Stidham's starting in place of an injured Bo Mix with 2:11 remaining in New England's second takeaway. The first setup was to the Patriots with a short field and led to May's touchdown scamper that tied it at 7 going into halftime. And New England took it after the break. They just took it from there. And and so they and boy, this was a better year for New England than last year. That 4-13 under Jared Mayo became the third team in the Super Bowl era to win a conference championship game with just 10 points, so or less. So Buffalo beat Denver 10-7 in the 91 AFC title game in the 1991 AFC title game. So and Los Angeles beat Tampa Bay 9-0 in the 79 NFC championship game. So the Patriots are in, and I give the game balls to Drake May and uh, Mac Hollins. I give them to them. Now, in the NFC Championship game, the Seattle Seahawks beat the LA Rams 31-27, excuse me. And it was a thriller that went into overtime. And Sam Darnold was cast aside by the New York Jets, who drafted him number 3 overall in the 2018 draft. The Minnesota Vikings didn't bring him back after he led them to a 14-3 season, but flopped in the playoffs. Now in his first season with the Seattle Seahawks, he's Super Bowl bound. Darnold threw 3 touchdowns, threw for 3 touchdowns. The Seahawks' dark side defense came up with the critical fourth down to stop a down stop, and Seattle advanced to the Super Bowl, beating the Los Angeles Rams 31-27 in an electrifying championship game this past Sunday. You can't talk about the game without talking about our quarterback. Second-year coach Mike McDonald said he shut a lot of people up tonight. So happy for him. So I'm happy for him. Excuse me. Led by Darnold, an 8-year veteran, playing for his fifth team, the Seahawks 16-3 reached their fourth Super Bowl in franchise history and first in 11 years. Seattle lost their most recent appearance to New England, its opponent, in 2 weeks at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Darnold, who was blown out in his playoff debut last year with the Vikings by the Rams, no loss played through an oblique injury, and completed 25 of 36 passes for 346 yards with no turnovers. Jackson Smith and Najiba had 153 yards receiving, the second most in a playoff game in franchise history, and touchdown, 10 catches. Can't say enough about Sam Mann. Smith and Najiba said it's been a great first year. We've got one more to go. But for him to overcome what he had to overcome, I'm riding with Sam all day. And the Seahawks needed Darnold to keep pace with Matthew Stafford, who drove the Rams, who are 14-6 this season, into position to take the lead with 4:59 remaining on 4th and 4. The Seattle 6 at the Seattle 6. Coach Sean McVay elected to go for it, and Stafford's pass was broken up in the end zone by Devon Witherspoon. So he's just the heart of our defense, safety Julian Love said of Witherspoon. He just is the essence. Spoon is it. He plays with just such raw energy, and we love him for it. The Rams didn't get the ball back until there were 25 seconds left, and Puka Nacua was tackled inbounds near midfield on the final play. Stafford threw for 374 yards and 3 touchdowns, but the Rams were undone by critical errors, including a muffed punt by Xavier Smith in the third quarter. On the next play, Darnold connected with Jake Bobo for a 17-yard touchdown and a 24-13 lead. This was a tough one, McVay said. The Seahawks led 31-20 late in the third quarter on Darnold's 13-yard TD pass to Cooper Kupp, but the Rams got back into the game when the Seahawks cornerback Rick Woolen was flagged for taunting after breaking up a pass to Nacua on 3rd and 12, giving Los Angeles a first down. But on the next play, Stafford threw at Woolen again. Nacua beat him in the corner of the end zone for a 34-yard touchdown. So, needless to say, Seattle just had this one, and it was close. It was very exciting up until the end, and through it till the end of the game, down to the wire, and so it was just really. And I got to give the game balls to Sam Darnold, Juju Smith-Najiba, and Kenneth Walker III. I give them to them. So it will be the Patriots and Seahawks in Super Bowl 60 on February 8th at Santa Clara, California. And kickoff is at 6 p.m. Well, I'm just about out of time, but I'm going to quick go over the NBA scores quickly. And you already know that right now the Timberwolves lead the Dallas Mavericks 106-91 in the fourth quarter in Dallas, with 6:39 left to go in the fourth quarter. In the third, it's Golden State 94, Utah 79 with 2:58 left to go. At halftime, the Houston Rockets are up on San Antonio 62-54. The Cavs won 129-99. 30-point win over the Lakers tonight. LeBron did not look good, and Donovan Mitchell led the way with scoring, and Jared Allen had a great night as well. The Indiana Pacers beat the Chicago Bulls by 3, 113-110 in Indiana. At TD Garden Center in Boston, the Atlanta Hawks defeated the Boston Celtics 117-106. The Orlando Magic beat the Miami Heat in Miami 133-24. The New York Knicks beat the Toronto Raptors by 25 points, or 27 points, 119-92 in Toronto. And in Memphis, the Charlotte Hornets defeated the Memphis Grizzlies 112-97. And so that's your scoreboard. And I thought I was going to have time for one of my new wrinkles, but I do not. Hopefully, I will try to get one of my next podcasts. That's just about going to wrap it up for this edition of Scott Sports 101. I'll be back this weekend or next week with another podcast. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day and every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.